This campaign is part of a special series to help celebrate Magpie Games' Root, the tabletop role-playing game. If you'd like to get involved and join in on helping make sure this game becomes all it can be, you can find the link to the Kickstarter page in the episode details. At the 1 week mark, they have already raised nearly $300,000 to make this game happen. That's just stunning. Today, on the Terrible Warriors, we return to the woodland with the Crosspatch Gang in our third chapter in our 4-part series. Having arrived in Sundell, they need to make an ally fast, because out beyond the borders of this clearing, the Shadow, the Marquisate, and the Eerie dynasties are closing in like a noose. Who is this Ingrid Claw, and can they help our gang find safety? Well, if there's anything we know about this gang, it's that they like to make a mess and leave destruction in their wake. And, this episode isn't going to be any different. And those members of the Crosspatch Gang, that tinkerer, the thief, the vagrant, and the scoundrel, well, they are your terrible warriors.
Welcome back, Terrible Warriors, to our third episode of our playthrough of Root, the tabletop RPG by Magpie Games, based on the board game Root, which is available. You can go out and look for that now. And the Root tabletop RPG is in Kickstarter right now, happening this month. There's a link down in the episode details. You can go check that out. I'm Justin, and I'm running this game here with my table of vagabonds who have found their way to the clearance of Sundell. It's a fox clearance here in our woodland, a place that's in a state of war. Now, if you're for whatever reason you're joining in and it's episode 3 and you're like, what are you talking about? Well, we already set this up. Episodes 1 and 2. Go back, listen to them. I don't have time to catch you up. We got a lot to do. We only got an hour. Oh my goodness. And we left on such a tense moment. We arrived last night in Sundell. We met Zim the Mouse. We heard the stories of Ingrid Claw, the rebel leader who would stand against empires. And then this morning, we have a meeting with her after this rally, and she may even be available to help us deal with all of the troubles that we've got on our tail. Alas, this rally is not just any rally. It's an execution. Last night, out in those sorties that they had when they were out in the woods fighting against the Marquis de Cat, they took some prisoners, and one of those prisoners been brought up onto the stage, our Black Cat, who was a rogue and a thief the last time we saw them, but in the years since has wearing the uniform of the Marquis de Cat. But times of war, right? Sometimes you sign up. That's where we left off. What are you going to do? I don't know. I don't have any solution to this. I just threw Kobayashi Maru at you.
Thanks.
So good luck. No win scenario. So saying thanks, I put her in a tough spot. You're welcome, Natalie.
Yeah. No, why?
Natalie, who are you playing?
So I'm playing Jinx the Thief, who unfortunately this is my loved one, my partner in crime that is up there that is about to be exexecuted. And I'm gonna...
Would they even remember you after so many years?
I don't know. I hope so. They better. Otherwise I'm brokenhearted.
I'm Julian playing Jasper the Tinker. Got us into this whole mess by coming to this town. So
yeah, this place is your place of
your fault.
business.
yeah, it's all my fault.
So
I'm going with it.
Yeah,
a shining oasis in the dark.
it's beautiful if you look at it in the right light.
I'm Sean. I'm playing Sir Emmerich of Crosspatch the Ferret.
and you don't have any stake in this right now, except you really like Jinx, and these are your friends.
So I know,
all
about
about
Jinx,
Cloak.
and there
You've heard lots of stories about Cloak.
tons.
This will not be the first time you have drawn your blade in the name of love.
It will not. Hopefully, it will be the first time I'll have drawn it well.
And pointed it in the right,
Right
direction,
direction.
and actually grabbed it by the hilt this time and not just by the blade. Ouch. You
Yeah.
still have the scars on your hand.
Yikes. And I'm Daniel. I'm playing Trixie the Scoundrel. I see this is fortunate for me because I see Cloak as an opportunity to get back in the good graces of the Marquis.
So when we last left, that was one of the reasons why I asked where in the crowd you were standing. Because if I was going to throw something at you, I didn't
right up front,
didn't want you to feel like, oh, I'm at the back. If I had known this, I would have. Right. So you're there. You're in that mosh pit area at
Yeah.
the front of
Yeah.
the stage, like the real and you know, this is the you have heard from Zim daily morale booster
Mhm.
that Ingrid Claw does to rally her people.
I'm not a
in
fan
Sundell.
of these tactics.
And at nighttime, you wouldn't have seen it in the torches, but in daytime now, perhaps once the wool has come off of your eyes, you might see outside hanging from the trees around Sundell, right, are the other prisoners that they have captured and left out. But it was dark and you didn't notice. And Sundell has taken on another turn, showing its other face to you.
This
So-
place needs to get redecorated.
This is one
A
of my
true
favorite
resort, I tell you.
It's always just one of my favorite moments in a PBTA game where I just get to sit back and go, what do you do?
So upon seeing that it is Cloak, Emmerich, you would hear under their breath, "Hey, so remember all those really funny stories I told you about my old partner Cloak?
Oh my God, Dwayne.
Yeah, that's Cloak up there."
Where?
And like
Which guard?
points to the cat, the black cat on that is clearly about to be executed.
But they're about to be.
Yeah, this isn't good.
It's nothing's happening imminently right now, but Ingrid has drawn their sword and it's like a two-handed,
Mhm.
big old sharp Ned Stark fuck off sword.
Yeah.
And she's just pacing the stage, pontificating,
Yeah.
right? You know, they would take our freedom, they would take our our right to our sovereignty, to our clearings. This is our woodland. We work the soil, we live on the ground. We don't come from above, we don't come from beyond. We come from here. And they would tell us, and pointing at the prisoners, they would tell us how to live, and they would tell us how we should behave and how we should dress and talk, and they would have us serve them. And
Can I read a tense situation
Oh, yeah.
as this is going on? So, ooh, that's not great.
Does someone want to mark an exhaust? Because I was actually only a 5+.
Plus my 1.
What is
So
a fail?
you got
Cunning.
to a 6. You were 1 point off.
What does a
I am-
fail get for this?
In a tense
I just
situation, I just get to use one of my GM moves.
All right, well, I'm sitting there talking with them,
I'm not
so
with them,
I will
so-
mark an exhaust.
Are you not with Jinx in the crowd?
I'm at the. I said I was at the very front. Are you?
They're probably just like,
Yeah.
But you could still you're in the same scene, even if you're at the very front. You could
I'll mark
aid
an
in a
exhaust.
different way that could help,
Okay.
right?
No, you've already
Like,
done it, so we
Yeah.
got a 7. There's no point now.
Yeah.
if there was a way that you could yell something or say something or manipulate the crowd in a way, like you could still mark.
Well, I can
The
do that because I
exhaust.
was gonna say something.
Okay, go.
okay.
Yeah. Here, I'll mark it. I have 2. I'm gonna say stop.
Oh, so you're gonna yell it
I'm
out?
gonna
Hey, yeah.
yell it out.
Okay.
So when you use that, you aid, and obviously you're not spending the extra exhaust. You could mark one more to who said that. They wouldn't know it came from you.
No.
Or you
I-
could
I'm
spend that
gonna
to also
literally
create an opportunity.
Step out.
Yeah.
I'm creating.
You're
Okay.
going.
So you help, and you boost the read a 10 situation.
Yeah.
You add that
So
to a
we'll,
1.
We'll roll
Yeah.
first, and then
So you get to ask on the 7th time. You only get to ask one of those questions.
Because that'll bring me up to a 7.
And
Yeah.
when you act on that answer, now, do you have that move with their relationship, or what was that?
Yes.
what was that connection?
Good point. This is not with.
It's not.
Jinx.
It's not on the 10
I-
situation.
yeah, I have
That's
that.
you and Jasper
Yeah.
have the 10
Yeah.
situation one.
I actually
So
have
if
to choose the
Jasper
situation,
acts-
but it's if I help Trixie.
So if Jasper, but this is if you were doing something with
Mm.
Jasper.
It's if the information is shared with me,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we both benefit
Great.
from the
So
plus
whatever
1 for
whatever you
acting.
Okay.
learn from 10 situation, if you share this with Jasper, Jasper will also get the forward.
okay, cool.
Just to say, so you get to ask one question from that list.
Yeah.
What's my best way out, in or through? Who or what is the biggest threat? Well,
I think
who-
we know
like,
that.
do you
Yeah.
want to waste your
I
question?
think we know that.
Who
yeah.
or what is most vulnerable to me? Who?
Got a lot of this
what
on.
should I be on the lookout for? Who is in control here?
My question would be, what's my best way? I would say, this is happening on a stage, or is this on like?
It's happening on a stage that has been built, and
Okay.
raised platform.
it's a raised platform in the town square. It's like a court. It's like
Yeah.
a circular court area that would have been used as a market, maybe
Yeah.
a trade area for the masons that work out of the quarry, but now it's been turned into a gallery.
Yeah.
But the square is full, but it's not like packed in, right? Like these are tired, worn out
Mhm.
rebels, but it is a crowded
Mhm.
square.
So I would do, what's my best way? I'm gonna go specific with this. And what's my best way to get to the stage, like get on that stage?
Your
then?
best way through.
Yeah.
The raised platform
Especially if there's
would be at the
steps.
edge. It's not in the center
Okay.
of the square. It's at the back and it's up against a building.
Yeah.
And while there are guards around the stage, it doesn't appear there are any guards in the window above the stage.
Okay.
You might be able to get through the building and jump down
Okay.
from above.
Okay.
That would get you there. Now, that won't get you out, but that
Nope.
would get you there.
That's one step at a time.
That's what you'd be able to see from where you are.
Yeah.
It just looks like, then this, as I mentioned, is Ingrid Claw's headquarters
Yeah.
that they use as like an office. They was
Cool.
probably maybe a house of one of the Fox families that lived there that
Yeah.
they just appropriated when they arrived.
Um.
Eminent domain.
Cool. I'm gonna relay everything.
Imminent borough.
I'm gonna. So if
Yeah.
both Jasper and Emmerich are both nearby them, I'm going to. Hey. So I'm gonna do a thing, and it's gonna involve going up there and jumping down and getting Cloak off
Yeah.
the stage.
Yeah, you need to save her. You need to save.
I'm
you need
going to
them.
save.
You need
Cloak.
to save. You need to save Cloak.
Okay, I'll make a distraction.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Meanwhile,
I yelled, stop.
stop.
Yep.
I'm just walking forward.
And Ingrid, you're right at the
It's already a
front,
pretty good distraction.
and you're yourself a fox.
I am a fox.
And so is Ingrid Claw,
Mhm.
and older, an ear is clipped,
Yeah.
and she just takes the sword and she points it in your direction.
I'm unfazed.
You would stand in the way of justice for our people?
Well,
By all means, speak up.
have we even spoken to this cat? Have we not gained any information from them?
There's no more information to be gained from the enemy.
Have you even asked?
Emmerich has dropped to full lithe form. Lithe? I don't know.
Lithe?
I don't know how to do it. Okay. And
Gremlin.
is squirming
Mhm.
past people's feet to get up to the front.
Yeah, I mean, you're it's not that crowded. No one's
Yeah.
pushing around. In fact, everyone's kind of like gotten quiet at this. Like,
I'm going to get up right to the front.
who do you think you are? Kind of a chill on the crowd.
Yeah. Well, by the looks of it.
And I'm just gonna see if she recognizes you. Ooh, I rolled a 9 to your reputation, which is still at a 0. So you're just someone in the crowd.
Yeah.
Still. And he goes, now is not the time for debate. Now is the time to stand in solidarity with your kind.
My kind.
Yeah.
Look all around you. Look all around you. And I mean, there are tons of like weary foxes. Everyone's tired. And I'm going to say, you think you're mighty, but your force is not. You will fall within the next week.
Ooh, the rest of the crowd starts to boo onto
I'm
you.
okay with that.
And she just like, get him out of here.
And that's when Emmerich pops to full ferret height, turns. I turn my head
And the
over,
guards at the stage are moving
Yeah.
in to just kind of like remove the heckler.
Yeah.
and I scream. All right, listen, the Marquis.
Yeah.
How the Marquis troops have made the streets! I am using charm offensive. When you play upon an enemy's insecurities, concerns, or fears, or describe them with words
you're
during a
trying
fight,
to
Yeah.
throw a panic into the crowd.
roll with cunning.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love that.
And, our thief runs real well in chaos.
That is an 8 unless someone help.
Yeah,
well,
wait,
that
wait,
won't
wait,
help.
wait,
It
wait.
won't.
Yeah,
We
won't
have.
help.
Well, I have.
Oh, do we have a thing?
I have a thing. I could give an exhaustion and give you +2
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Mr. Emmerich.
This is why the two of you
Yes.
are friends.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
All right.
that. I'm gonna give myself an exhaustion. Too.
How do you help
So what I'm gonna
sow
do
the
is,
panic in the crowd?
I said, I'm gonna say, see, I told you, you're not suited for war.
And everyone starts going like, what do you mean they're already here? They're at the gates. My family's in this town. And it's just like, and then people are starting to like, it's like someone yelling fire in a theater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's kind of, they don't know what to do, but they're all kind of moving in different directions, but there's a panic and Ingrid is trying to calm them down and get her guards to
and
like
my
calm
move
them down.
is only half over.
And so I just noticed there, Daniel, you've marked your 3rd exhaust.
Yes, I have.
If you mark your 4th exhaust, you're out of the scene.
That's fine.
right? You lose all your wits.
We are
however,
in a fight against overwhelming opposition.
Don't forget. Also, your drive. If you follow through with your nature, you can use that to clear out all of your.
That's why I
exhaust.
did this.
What is within my grasp that's standing at the front here as I shouted?
Oh, that's a tense
Looking for
situation that
objects.
you're
I'm
rolling.
looking for objects
Yeah,
here.
rolling a tense situation.
No. I'm only halfway through my
the
move.
second move? Is that does the move?
My fighting skill, Emmerich's fighting skill is improvise.
Do you want to grab like a knife from my?
I could be
my
anything.
belt?
I'm looking for a rock. I'm looking for a stick.
There's got to be rocks.
What is around?
It's a quarry.
Oh, right.
It's quarry.
So,
There's rocks everywhere.
This is actually improvised weapon is it's a special move. When you make a weapon out of improvised materials around you, roll with cunning.
Yeah, but
So
I'm
that's-
actually
if
still
you
in
actually-
charm
This is
offensive.
still charm
So
offensive.
let me read you. On a hit, you create an opening for yourself. Make any available weapon move against them. So yeah, I am trying to use the improvise.
Make any available weapon move against them,
Which
at
is
+1,
improvised
or
for
strike
me.
quickly and deal injury to them. On a 7 to 9, you also tick them off. So
Who are you striking?
I'm striking her.
you're in a 7 to 9, right?
Oh.
No, I'm at a 10.
Oh, you're at a 10.
10.
So I'm trying to figure out
in that
what's
case-
around me that I
What
can
is around you then?
pickaxe.
Because
Okay, I'll-
What do you want?
because if you wanted to ask me a question like that, you could read a tense situation and I would
Okay.
tell you the answer and you get a +1. But
Okay.
if you want to just improvise a weapon,
Perfect.
we're in a town square of quarry workers.
I have grabbed
and
a
there's-
bucket.
It's a.
I have
there's
grabbed
lots
a
of
bucket
crap
and with
and
a
refugees around. Yeah.
I've grabbed a bucket from some poor woman's hands and with a scream
Maybe
and
she
swing
dropped it.
Not my baby's bucket.
connected, hopefully, with this woman with the sword.
So that would be still, now it's a cunning roll,
Yeah.
right?
So this
Can
is still part of charm
It's
offensive.
still part of charm offensive.
But you're
yeah.
making the
So-
You get
weapon
plus
move, right?
Plus
Yeah.
one. You're right.
When you play
So you
on
get plus
enemies
3.
and
You're right.
securities, on a
Plus
hit,
3.
you create an opening for yourself. Make any available weapon move against them with a +1.
All right, you got
There
it.
you go.
And so you're using your improvised weapon move,
Yeah.
which when you make a weapon, it's a rolling cunning. You're rolling with your improvised.
Plus
You're
3
not
total.
using any of your equipment. So so it'll be plus your cunning +1.
That's a 6. No,
Well-
7.
That's a 7.
7.
7.
So the weapon will have a weakness
You
tag.
tick them off.
I definitely ticked her off. That makes
So-
sense.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, on a 7 to 9, the weapon also has a weakness tag. The weapon's a bucket.
Yeah.
So
That is its weakness tag.
That's pretty much.
oh, I see. Improvised weapon. On a hit, you make the weapon. Oh, I see.
You made turn the bucket into a
So
weapon.
you've turned the weapon into a bucket. You haven't actually used the weapon yet. I
Dear
now have
Lord.
to make the weapon. The GM will tell you its range tag and at least one other tag based on the materials you used. So you have improvised essentially you're just going to hurl a bucket.
It's a
So-
tactical bucket.
Yeah.
So you've turned it into a bucket. So because it's a throwing weapon, it's a ranged weapon, but its weakness tag is 1 shot. Right? Once you throw it, you don't get to go
That's
at
his
it
weakness.
again.
You can't use it again. Yeah.
Right?
One time use.
It's one time use because there's things like target someone where if you on a 10+, you can strike again before they get to cover, but you're not going to be able to get that bonus on that 10+.
If you rolled a 10, you could have made a boomerang bucket.
That would have been awesome.
You would have been able to
They're
attach a
funny.
string
Yeah.
to it so you could hurl it and then pull it back, right? But you're just hurling a bucket at someone.
I'm just trying to hurl a bucket.
So in that case, sorry, the +1 that you're getting from the move you're using would be a finesse roll that you're throwing.
Okay.
Because when you're
This
doing
makes sense.
when you're dealing with a ranged attack, that would be finesse, not
So
cool.
that'd be minus.
Nice.
So that's an 8.
So
Oh,
that's a
+1.
plus
That's a
1.
9.
So
So
that's
9.
a 9. You inflict some injury, and I'm just gotta.
And I definitely tick her off according to the. In case you didn't realize that someone throwing a bucket at her
Would being
would
struck
tick her
by
off.
a bucket and having the chaos of the townspeople going, ah, like Godzilla is coming, basically make her vulnerable? Not Cloak, but
Sorry, I'm just
Ingrid.
writing her stats down. You deal injury to Ingrid.
would she be vulnerable
Yeah.
in this state, having been struck by this
Bucket.
ballistic bucket?
So you hurled a bucket, and instead of dealing injury, it's going to deal with a special move, blind. It will impair their
Even better.
vision and give you an opportunity. On a 7 to 9, you have just a few moments, which makes sense. Pull the bucket off their head. You have one move each
Yeah.
where Ingrid's got a bucket on her head.
So
So
Emmerich
instead of,
screams.
so I'm actually not going to mark injury. Instead,
Okay.
I'm turning that into
Well,
her
I'm
vision's
just,
and
since,
You're gonna
since
go.
she's vulnerable, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna roll murder.
just dive out of the
Well, I want to
stage.
run forward, and because Cloak's still kind of tied up, right?
Yeah, Cloak and the unnamed Raven are bound, arms behind their backs, kneeling, and they're looking like, what is happening?
I want to run up to Ingrid. I'm gonna roll murder. I'm gonna stab her, and while I stab her, I want to look to Cloak and say, "This is for the Marquis."
Okay.
I'm trying to win back.
Hail
That's fair.
Hydra.
Hail Hydra,
So
basically.
when you
what I
try
do.
to murder at intimate range,
Yep.
roll cunning on a hit. The foe
Can I
dies.
say Hail Hydra and they just be really confused?
Yes.
Yes.
What's a Hydra?
It's a
kind
dragon.
Of, the kind of monsters that are in the forest.
No, I don't think so.
Oh goodness.
Oh, that is a 7.
Oh no.
No, yes, that is a 7 on murder.
So on a hit, your foe dies. On a 10 plus, you remain hidden or a clear path to your
I didn't
allies.
want to
Your
remain
choice.
hidden
You don't get
anyways.
that. So
Yeah,
you're
that part
up
doesn't
on the
matter.
stage, and how do you kill Ingrid Claw, the rebel leader
I
of
wanna,
Sundell?
Go up to her and like
Very
put my arms
Assassin's
around her.
Creed.
Punch up.
Ver-
Yeah.
Dagger
Yeah.
under the.
Dagger through
It's
the
a
ribs.
dagger hug.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
dagger hug.
Yeah, now the crowd is like they're freaking out, but the guards that were beside the stage, they've got like halberds and they swing them onto the stage.
I'm gonna use a decay to pull out a potion that, like, basically from my alchemical thing, I basically salvaged a bunch of stuff from my workshop. I've got a equivalent to like a nitroglycerin basically
Yeah.
bottle. As the guards are approaching, I just hold that up and yell, "Stay back, or I will burn us all to the ground."
Jinx is running behind the scenes.
So
by the way.
you're not tricking them,
No,
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 100%
but
not a
this is
trick.
pretty legit.
That's
but you
a
are
threat. That's
you
a
are
threat.
trying to persuade an NPC with promises or threats.
yes,
So
Yeah.
that's
There we go.
definitely your charm.
that's not. I'm not good at that, but let's try it
It
anyway.
would be fun if you fail. They'd be like, "I don't believe you. Try it.
Yeah, that's
Try
fine.
it, old
Well, then
fox."
just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Let's find out.
Even
Okay,
better.
7,
but
Wait,
minus 1 is
Oh,
a
no.
6.
Oh no.
Someone want to exhaust
So does
to help
anyone want
me?
to spend an
I'm at-
exhaust to
I'm
be
at
like,
3.
he means it. He's a
I'm
I'm
madman.
at 3 exhaustion.
Depends on how far away I am by this point, because I've been trying to sneak.
It
You're
depends
not
on how
sneaking.
far
I know.
away you are. That's up to you. But I mean, our ferret has
All
been
right.
really helping out in the
I
crowd.
know,
Like you
true.
already like screaming out panic. He's crazy. He's a madman.
Actually, though, no, hold up. Because I shared the information after the reaching the 10 situation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so
Plus
actually
one-
you get a +1 for acting on that answer.
So yeah, so
Plus
that's
one
okay.
forward.
So then it's a 7.
So I did help
Nice.
already.
Thank you. Yeah,
Because you're
Yeah.
trying to
Wait.
create, you're
Oh,
keeping
yeah.
an opportunity for your thief to
Yeah.
keep them their eyes
I'm
on
just keeping
you.
them continually distracted. So yeah, so what happens on a 7 to 9 with that? That is they kind of believe me.
So they aren't sure. So one guard turns to the one on the stage and goes, "Ring the bell. Town's under attack."
And I
And he,
nobody move.
And that's when Emmerich shouts,
Trixie, I think we got a good distraction going.
with that, there are other soldiers because this is the rebel army that's running around. They're in disarray. They've just seen Ingrid being attacked, but some of them are getting their nerve and they're pulling out their swords and they're not sure who the enemy is right now, but they're yelling out under attack.
Jinx
Assassin.
Jinx is going. They're gonna sneak and see if they can't get.
Yeah,
to-
so you roll your roguish finesse.
Yep.
You've created an opportunity. The guards are just hesitating right now.
an opportunity, we killed the leader.
But you
Okay.
also still have the army.
Yeah,
Like you've made it a martyr out of her.
maybe I'll scare them by setting one of them on fire.
So I have a +1 from acting on the information I got from earlier. Correct?
Yes.
Still. And then also, because I took Master Thief, which put my finesse up to a 3. So that puts my entire roll to a 10.
Nice.
All right, so
Nice.
you have made it through the chaos. You're up above the stage,
Yep.
but as you look out the window, you see Trixie has moved up onto the stage and has killed Ingrid.
Mm-hmm.
The guards have their eyes on Jasper,
Mhm.
who's holding a bottle above their head, going, "I'm gonna blow this place up sky high."
Yep.
And then you hear somewhere out in the crowd the ferret going, "That's a really good distraction." And so now you've made it. No one has seen you get there.
No one has seen me get here.
So
How
and
far-
Cloak and the
Mhm.
Raven takes this opportunity and is booking it.
Okay, cool.
And Cloak is still hesitating, is just kind of looking around, not really sure what's happening because you leaned in and went, "I do this for the Marquis," and they're like, "What is happening? Like, my rescue's here, so I'm not going to run away from that."
Cool. What I'm going to do, what was the name of the brewery that we met at before?
We actually didn't name the brewery.
Zim was there at the
Call it
brewery.
Zim's Place.
Zim's Place?
Zinfandel.
Oh my goodness.
Zinfandel.
Okay.
Zinfandel.
Zinfandels.
Perfect. Zinfandel. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm up top and I'm jumping down, correct?
Mhm.
That was the whole. So I'm going to jump down and try to land as close to Cloak as possible.
Mhm.
Pull out my dagger and start to cut the restraints.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
this would be a slow motion scene in the movie.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Breaking out of the glass, the cloak billowing out
And you
behind
want to just like come down with
My
the knife
skirt
and just like
flapping in the
break the
wind.
bonds in one move,
Oh my god.
and then like break the hands
Yeah.
out.
And as
Come
I'm
with me
like,
if you want to live.
basically, meet me at Zinfandel's.
That's obviously a roguish feat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's all like that.
That
Cut the
was a-
rope and fly up into the chandelier.
it's great.
Yeah.
So that's
that
going to be a
looks
grand
good.
total of 11.
Oh my goodness.
noise.
Yeah.
So on a
12. You're acting on the information.
Oh yeah, I'm still get that +1 from acting on the information.
Well, yes, okay, fine.
Cool, then that's
It doesn't
12.
matter. It's 11 and 12.
It's a perfect roll.
You no longer have the +1 forward because you've used the information.
Oh, fair.
And the whole scene has changed. There's no more rally.
Yeah.
No, clearly.
On a 10 plus, pick one from this list. You do not have a clear path of escape. You used up some resources in the attempt and must mark decay, that the glass could have ripped up your armor.
Yeah.
You leave evidence of your roguery behind.
I'm pretty sure the broken glass window is fairly obvious evidence of my
Yeah.
roguery.
I would say part of your gold scarf has been left on the shattered
Okay.
glass.
Yeah, I'll say
There you
that.
go.
And so now they've got
Yeah.
like
Evidence.
a calling card similar
Yes.
to the feather, right? That's
Yeah.
what always brings you down.
No, I'll say that.
And so, all right, cool. Because none of those are good, right? But on
No.
a 10 plus, you only have to pick one of them. Even
Yes.
in a rogue attempt, it's not always
It's
perfect.
not always perfect.
So you get down there, you cut Cloak's bonds, and
Yeah.
you go, meet me at Zinfandel, and then you jump into the crowd.
Basically, I jump out like I see the rest of these fine folk, and I will
Yeah.
jump in with them.
And Cloak throws off their cloak
Mhm.
and grapples the soldier off the stage holding the halberd and is
That
going
was
to try and
not what I told you to
subdue
do.
them. I mean, they still got to escape
They do, yeah.
in the
No, that's
crowd,
fair.
right? So they're going to try and at least take out the guard while they're distracted.
There's 2 guards, you said, right?
Yeah, there was one guard who's being ordered to run and ring the bell, but they're on other sides of the stage,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of chaos
Three of
going
us
on.
are sort of standing in
And
the
the one
then
center
guard,
of the
there's
is
stage.
the one
stand-up.
guard running right now?
Not yet.
I want-
They're holding steady for Julian. So now you all get to do another move.
Yeah.
I was going to just shoot the guard as they ran.
Yeah.
That works.
Go for it.
Do
Yeah.
you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm wondering
set
if
them on fire?
if I just set like if I'll scare off the army by setting one of them on fire, and I think I probably should do that. So why not?
Okay.
I'm just gonna so I
I mean, this whole
As-
town is
as-
a military camp. So I guess we're running out of Sundell after today's session
I guess
too.
so.
Surprise!
So has anyone made a move on me yet, or are they just all still holding?
I've got them hesitating until your next move. Right?
Okay.
They're not sure.
We could try
Because
to.
you on your roll when you tried to persuade them, it's just they aren't sure. The GM will tell you what you need to do to sway them.
Okay.
And so he's yelling, "Go alert the! You're going to need to follow through with some of your threat. They don't
Yep.
believe that that's anything other than just some Linberry wine.
Well, then I'm gonna throw a vial of it at the nearest guard to me.
You could have just thrown it into the ground and made a point, but sure.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
All right.
So
Go big or go
how
home.
do we do that?
That would be a finesse. I would count that
It's like a
as
quick
as
shot?
as a
No,
as
that's
a
special.
target. You're targeting
Trick
someone,
shot,
Yeah.
kind of. But yeah.
Target someone. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
taking.
You need to have quick shot too.
Yeah,
Or
if
trick
you-
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
What do
To
you
actually
have
use
as
that.
a,
No, so
as,
it's
a,
just target.
as a tinker?
My attack abilities are not great.
What did you pick? Murder, Harry,
Oh,
parry,
I picked
cleave.
Harry, and in fact, actually, Harry kind of works here.
Yeah,
I
Harry.
am
A group of
harrying a
enemies
group.
at range. Mark decay and roll with cunning. That
You're gonna
makes
get a
sense.
whole
Yeah.
group of them.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So this is you're targeting that guard, but depending on the roll on a 7 to 9, they'll be pinned or blocked. So
Yeah.
there'll be fire between you and
He
them,
already
right?
marked the decay when he pulled the.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fine. So this will mark. This counts as that decay.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll for my my Harry.
You're hairy.
Come on.
Wow.
Oh
Jesus.
god.
6. Why?
Come
Why?
on.
Where does that fire
Hey, our
land?
finesse rogue. You want to?
Anybody?
Can I?
You want to
Oh,
help?
I can totally help.
How do you?
I
And
can
just narrate how you help
Yeah.
turn this failure into a hit.
Okay, so you're throwing it at a specific guard.
Yeah.
And morale harm is a stat that is unique to NPCs. If you break their morale, they will run.
And this is
Or
targeting the
they'll-
whole.
or
It's
they will
actually
give
targeting the whole group because it's a
Yeah.
Harry. So I'm targeting
Mhm.
probably the visible like group of people who are watching and charging in. So yeah, I'm basically hurling it.
Yeah. And I'm
You know
gonna
when you
say,
go to throw something and it sort of tumbles out of your hand as
Yeah.
you throw it? I think it's that
yeah,
kind
it's a
of throw.
little bit like that. Maybe then as you throw it, like I notice that the guard's not going to be close enough to get hit by this. I don't know what you're throwing. I'm just going with it. So I'm going to say that I probably call out to the guard. I'm like, hey, come at me. Because I know if he comes closer to me, it'll bring him right into the line of fire.
Cool.
Yeah. So mark the exhaust. That makes it a 7. So Jasper.
Yeah.
Choose one. Are they going to suffer morale harm or are they pinned or blocked?
They should suffer morale harm. I think
Yeah,
that's the whole
100%.
trying
point
to
of
freak them out.
Yeah,
That's the
Oh,
point.
yeah.
And each of these members, I could deal this with the group and
Yeah.
give the whole group stats, but I kind of like the idea of you just break this one. This person sees the bottle, freaks out, runs, and sees the fire and is like, oh, nope, I'm out of here.
Nope.
Drops the
nope.
halberd and runs in with the rest of the crowd. And then the fire's going, and the other one's going like, oh, he's fighting with Cloak, and Cloak's getting on the back and is trying to pull something out of their belt to just
Just
shove
stabby.
into the neck.
Yeah.
But we'll see how well that goes. What happens now?
I want to pick up the sword.
What are you
Ingrid's
doing in
sword.
all this, Sir Emmerich of
Yeah.
Crosspatch?
I think Sir Emmerich's never really been in a full-on fight before and is sort of just turning and watching everything that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But
Just
then
like that
sees
twitchy
Cloak.
moment.
Yeah, but sees Cloak struggling and draws the short sword with shaky hands and runs forward to try and help.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, this is interesting. Is your luck better than any of your other stats?
Yes,
Because you could
but
just...
I also have it's not.
it's
My
one.
luck is 0.
Oh, I was going to say,
But-
because this could be a thing where you just close your eyes and trust fate and just run.
Oh, I do have the
Oh.
desperate smile,
But
roll
if
charm.
you fail,
Okay, so let's do it. I think that's great story-wise. Sir Emmerich
Because I was kind
yells
of
out
like, do you
with
act, because you could like attack with your mouse folk
Yeah,
short
no,
sword,
no, I think this
Or-
is valid.
This is
or you
much
could just be
better.
like, ah!
This is way more Sir Emmerich. So I think Sir Emmerich tries to make
it's on brand.
a rallying cry, and instead it's more like a "Ah!" and closes his eyes
Yes.
and just rushes forward with the sword, going for desperate smile. Oh, that's a 5 and
whoa!
Is that a natural 11?
That's an 11 natural +2.
On a hit, you'll scrape by. The GM will tell you what it costs you. Mark exhaustion, because this is harrowing.
Yeah.
But you run and run and run until you hit resistance.
Has Emmerich ever taken a life before?
And when you open your eyes, your sword is up to the hilt in the stomach of the guard. And Cloak chokes whatever life is left out of him. And you pull out the sword and it's dripping blood.
I dropped that sword.
Okay, mark decay.
Yeah.
Or just cross the sword out of your equipment.
You just disemboweled somebody.
Yeah, it's gone.
And that's because it tells me, like, you scrape by, the GM will tell you what it costs you.
That's a sword.
Cost
There
you
you
a bit
go.
of your soul there.
Yeah.
On a 10 plus, fortune favors the bold. Your panache earns you an easy escape or a fleeting opportunity. The fleeting opportunity is there are now no current guards in the town square. There are people running because they have heard that there's an assassin, but you have one quick moment to run off into the crowd. And
Let's disperse.
Yep.
Yeah,
I grab Cloak and try not to vomit, try to run.
I'm gonna grab the sword, Ingrid's sword.
so what, you tried to grab Cloak, like grab them by the hand?
Yeah,
By the paw.
by the paw.
Cloak doesn't know who you are.
Come with me. I know Jinx.
All right. Like,
Yeah.
this is a hell of a rescue
And
attempt.
then you know that amazing. Have you ever seen the slow motion Nike
Dun,
old commercial
dun,
where they're
dun,
running
dun.
and
Yes.
she turns her head and vomits?
Yeah.
That's what Sir Emmerich
And that's
does.
the face there
Perfect.
on your, like, that screaming
Yeah.
possum.
Basically accurate.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
I guess we're going to book
We're all-
it back to my
To the workshop?
to the workshop
or
because
the
nobody
brewery?
knows where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once again, we find ourselves in a clearing with bells ringing and guards marching.
It's
The
like we
whole place
made
is too
no
hot to stay.
progress.
Whatsoever.
I feel like it's the Crosspatch signature.
Jinx, you're back at the workshop
Yeah.
when Emmerich of Crosspatch walks through the door with Cloak in hand.
I go and I hug Cloak. Because I'm just going to pretend like everything's normal.
Good to
See you.
Cloak doesn't return the hug.
Oh.
Seems kind of cold about it.
I'll take the hug.
And then just like very
I'll hug
awkwardly
Emmerich.
gives one of that like one arm
Are you
And-
okay? I know it's been a while. I'm sorry. I've kind of been on the run.
Cloak's like, I thought you were dead.
Nope, just very much on the run. A lot. A lot. I mean, still running, even today.
I
Who told you I was dead?
have to get back to my commander.
Why?
I have to report.
Report what?
I have to report in that I have a job to do. Jinx.
What about our jobs? We always had our own jobs. What do you mean?
Just kind of shrugs you off and goes to look. Thank you for the rescue. We have a camp outside of town, a fallback position if we were to lose. Take you back to Patchwood, introduce you to my commander. I'm sure there'll be a reward for my rescue.
Okay.
Back to Patchwood.
Oh, God.
No. They weren't too happy with this.
Yeah, Patchwood doesn't entirely like me as of, 48 hours ago.
Oh, that's no surprise.
Yeah. Wait, so have you been in Patchwood? Because, I was just there.
It's not great.
Things are going so
We had nothing to do with the fire.
Also, yeah, it might be on fire.
No, nothing to do with it.
That was not us, though.
No.
Fine. Things never change. We can head south to Limbury instead. And I can give them a story that we got routed and we had to make our way through the forest.
Okay, well, we should probably wait for
Yeah.
Trixie, because I don't think Trixie's back yet.
I think, warp's pulling
yeah.
up the rear. I think we're probably.
Yeah.
You can
15
arrive
minutes
whenever you want.
Yeah, about Linbury.
Perfect timing as Linbury gets brought up. Hi, so welcome to my new friends. Yeah, it's been pretty great. Everybody, this is Cloak.
And
I think
Cloak
we're
just
on
kind of looks
something
around
of
the
a
room
break.
like, yep, some things never change. Still hanging out with the finest society has to offer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I make great friends.
I'm just going to be sitting in the corner.
There's going to be a quick check here. Ooh, I rolled a 11 on
Trixie?
Trixie. Doesn't recognize. Oh no, wait! I rolled a 7. Doesn't recognize you. Doesn't recognize Jasper. Doesn't have to do
Doesn't
it.
have.
You kind of looks at you, and there's this like a raised eyebrow and like an awareness. She doesn't mention it to the rest of the group.
Mhm.
No, Cloak. They raise their eyebrow, like a black cat with bright green eyes.
Mhm.
They know who you are, and you know that they know that you know
Did they know?
that they know
That they know.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a traitor, but
that you are.
fucked up?
You are the Raven.
The Raven
or
Cloak.
whatever. You're the Raven Cloak. You're the double agent who is working for the Marchese. Very interesting company indeed.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not wanted anywhere,
I mean, I'm sure.
where do we
there's-
go now?
I'm sure there's. Where do we go
The
now, guys?
forest.
I can't stay here. I have to report back to the camp.
What was wrong with Limberley?
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I don't think they hate me there yet.
It can't be much worse than here.
It's
Or
been
Patchwood.
a long time. I guess it's time. I guess we can go to Linbury.
All right, we're going to Linbury.
Yay!
I guess.
Well, beggars can't be choosers. I'm
Yeah.
glad you rescued me.
I'm glad to see you too.
Um,
And be very careful with this report that you're crafting. And do remember, do keep in mind that you owe us your life.
ooh, roll your charm.
Let's see.
You are trying to be charming quite often here.
Mhm.
It's not really charming. It's
It's
more
more intimidating.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
more
it is
threatening.
pretty
That's
good.
it.
No, that's
You
a
could do
promise
cunning.
or a
you
threat.
just hold
Yeah,
up
yeah.
a little vial.
You're trying to persuade.
Oh yeah. I'm just
You
saying.
can also try to figure someone out, and you can roll with charm to ask questions
true.
about what you can ask the GM what's really going
Oh, yeah.
on with Cloak. Cloak is holding a lot of their cards close to their chest.
not much. That was 6.
Cloak is obviously not the same Cloak you left.
Ooh,
all those
I
years
actually
ago,
get the-
right?
Can I do figure someone out and try to roll a
Yeah,
charm?
because if Cloak's acting weird, you would know.
Yeah.
I get to clear my exhaustion. We
Not that I'm good
survived a
with charm.
fight
Nice.
with overwhelming
Oh,
opposition.
you rolled natural 6s.
Yeah.
So you get to ask 3 of those questions, don't you?
I also actually, I can always ask even on a miss.
Yeah, on a
What's
miss.
the
Oh,
most valuable thing they
you
don't carry?
fulfill your nature.
So, what did
Yes.
you get out of your charm
Yes.
persuasion there,
Look at
Jasper?
I got a 6.
So, we'll get to Limbury and I'll make sure I tell them exactly what kind of people you are.
And I'm going to look at them
Are
and
they-
say,
Keep me
exactly.
safe, and I'm sure you'll remain safe.
Right. So is Cloak telling the truth?
So, I mean, basically,
Yeah,
you tried
like-
to persuade it, like, be sure that you, like,
Yeah.
clean over the record,
Yeah.
make sure you, like,
Yeah.
look bad. And it's like, I'll let them know exactly what kind of persons you are. And right now, you're the ones who've rescued me. Let's make sure that doesn't change.
Mhm.
Right. So this is sort of more of a pragmatic agreement that you've made, but it didn't work
Yeah.
out. Exhaustion.
Cool.
Because it's a failed roll. I don't know what else to do, so I'm going to give you a
Should
check.
I at some point before we leave here recover a decay because I'm restocking with whatever's left in this,
It would,
presuming we're never coming back here.
presumably, well, that's not always. I mean, things always change in the woodland. Like Limbury is last you heard under control of the Marquis, but I'll be rolling when we're on the path. That might have changed.
True.
And Sundell might not always like. It's
Well, it's going
It's
to be
not
overrun.
currently-
It's probably going to be overrun by the
100%.
Marcus.
someone.
soon.
It's going to be either the Erie or
Yep.
the Mark, whoever moves in first, because there's a power vacuum.
Maybe if the Erie move in, that
You
won't be so bad.
you definitely toppled the governing body
Whoops.
there. Unless they rally behind the memory of the Claw, and you've just made a martyr.
Zim, the new leader.
Yeah. Oh, they don't want an old man
Yeah.
in charge.
Yeah, and that's the other. I mean, Zim might look after the workshop. Might not be able to get back to it for a while. If you're to spend time restocking, everyone can clear out any decay from their general.
Okay.
But
Awesome.
it would also mean that you're staying in town,
Town.
and I might have some people come by.
Okay.
Right,
That's
so
fine.
you're leaving yourself open for
Mhm.
that.
Trixie,
Meanwhile,
you're
you get
right.
to ask those figure
Th-
someone out.
three
You get to ask
questions,
3 of
yes.
those questions.
So what are they really feeling?
They are. So, what I'm thinking here is Cloak hasn't been a thief for a while,
Yeah.
right? When the Marquis invaded the woodland, they signed up,
Yeah.
right? Another cat, and they got in with the cats. Marquis, what are they feeling is they're afraid. There's a fear going on.
Mhm.
They can't afford the luxury of opening up and being vulnerable right now. They have to get back
Mhm.
to their duty.
Okay.
But they're afraid of what you being here is a real wrinkle in that. It's much easier to have thought that you were dead.
Of course it is. I think we have an idea what they intend to do. What do they wish I would do?
Go in the other direction.
Oh. How could I get Cloak to be friendly towards me?
Mm.
So Cloak, if you can show that you've grown up.
Oh crap.
Because this is what it is, right?
Whoa.
It's kind of like
That's over.
you've met this person who's like,
Okay,
I grew up
bye.
and I put on a uniform and I did my job and I can't be gallivanting around with this
Yeah.
fantasies of yours. That's kind of what that's kind of, if you ask what could I get my character to be
Yeah.
friendly to you, it's that it's not the answer you wanted to hear, but that's
Nope.
what it would be.
That's fair.
It's that whole you can never go back home, right?
Oh,
Yep.
God.
Emmerich whispers
Guess
to
I-
Trixie as walking past. Oh my god, I fall for the dark and moody ones too.
All right.
Oh goodness.
How are you getting out of Sundell? They're looking for the assassin of Claw. Zim comes by and knocks on the door with the secret, whatever that was,
I'll knock back the response knock.
and he just kind of walks into the room, real like, "Can you do nothing quietly?"
Suppose not. Zim, do you want to? We have to go.
Of course, you have to go. I'll look after the place. I'll make sure they don't see it.
Keep safe.
This
We,
damn war.
We murdered. We murdered
Don't
Claw.
tell me that I didn't need to. Damn it! Now I'm gonna have to lie to them. I should probably leave too. Then they'll be looking towards me.
Do you want to come with us?
Looks. Oh, I'll just slow you down. I'm gonna head over to Pinehorn. Maybe spend some time with the birds. Yeah. A little quieter there. They don't pay attention to the mice all the time.
I
Well,
thought they normally try to go after you guys.
That's
okay.
ironic.
Yeah.
Godspeed, Zim.
Until we inevitably meet again, just try and learn from this.
What are
Yeah.
we supposed to learn?
Yeah, what did we learn, everybody?
Is it sharing time?
What did
Yeah.
we learn today?
I think we learned that violence is an appropriate solution to
We
most
really-
problems.
Pretty much everything, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we
Um,
learned that we all came together to
Zim-
help Jinx.
Zim is gonna pack up his books, and he's hired a muscle, a rabbit, to help carry the his rickshaw out. These are just books. He doesn't really care about them. Probably only going to burn them anyways when he arrives in Pine Home. So he'll leave the crates empty, and he'll smuggle you out of town. He'll get you to the path, and then you're on your own.
That works.
All right.
So it'll take you to the edge of the clearing, and then you can choose. I know these paths look like they're separate, but let's say it's more like a fork in the road.
Yeah.
So then you can, if you're
Yeah.
heading to
Choose there.
Limbury or if you're heading to Pinehorn,
Or
you
they
It's
can-
at
kinda
least
like-
a half
it's a-
an
it's a
hour in the
roundabout.
crate
Yeah.
with Cloak.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we're going to Linbury.
Yeah, Cloak, we definitely have to share a crate. We definitely have to buddy up on these crates.
Crate buddies.
I'll go with Trixie.
Wonderful.
I'll be there by myself, I suppose.
just put a blank. You just sit alone in
Yeah.
a crate for two.
You and your thoughts
Oh, God.
must be nice.
Oh my God, did you see what happened in the fight when we went?
So, with all of that, word gets around among the denizens of the assassination of Ingrid Claw. It was not secret that it was the one that had been known as Raven, the
Whoops.
Lost. As the reputation goes around, I would absolutely say among the denizens, you have taken some notoriety for assassinating
How much?
a leader. Just mark it off as one.
Okay,
I
how
don't know.
about
All of
with
us
the,
or just one?
how
Just
about the
Trixie.
Marcusade?
The Marcusade, well, you would have to return, like they don't know yet that you have rescued Cloak, right? Once you return Cloak, you might be able to get some reputation, cash that
But what
in.
about the assassination?
That word would get-
increase your reputation among both the Marquis and the Eerie as prestige.
I did save the bird as wolves.
Yeah.
We
It's
kind
true.
of
We
just
don't
let
know
that
what
bird
happened.
just run out.
We
into
just
the
we have
crowd.
no idea what happened to
I mean,
that bird. We just
exactly.
let him go.
It could show up.
Yeah.
Might,
God.
might show up. We'll see. Who else was really public? Oh, Jasper.
Yeah.
That Marquis guard ran off in fear. You broke his morale.
That it was a
Oh, it was a
There was a
denizen.
The
Yeah.
denizen.
And also, you were a part of the assassination of Claw.
yeah.
So, the Claw.
The vagabonds.
So, notoriety
One,
among the
two.
denizens.
Well, Emmerich killed a guard.
It's true.
Yeah.
And blinded the.
It's
true.
And increase your note among the Marquis for that because you saved Cloak's life.
And no one still knows about Jinx.
Nothing happens to Jinx. You are an invisible ghost.
I'm still. Yeah, I am. That's great.
And
First
once
class.
again, you're smuggling yourself out of a clearance after only one episode.
Yeah.
Didn't get to spend any time there. I was-
There's a structure to these episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We set it on fire and leave.
Yeah.
So-
And then we end just as we leave.
You're not going into the forest. You're traveling along by an established path. You
Yes.
get to the fork. Zim opens up the crates. Once again, bangs the secret code. All right, get out of here. I don't want to be killed for smuggling you into Eerie Dynasty territory.
Yeah, it's probably a good plan.
Well, don't die. It's like his way of saying bye.
Emmerich kisses him on the cheek.
Smacks you on the head with a cane.
Ooh, feisty one.
Just shakes his head. You remind me when I was younger, says to Sir Emerald of Crosspatch. And now it's the four of you in Cloak on the
Yep.
road on foot, making your way through the path. Does someone wish to roll?
Don't wait to do exhaustion.
Everyone marks exhaustion.
Yeah.
There are now 5 vagabonds in the group, right?
Woo.
Because you've got Cloak on board. So if you
Let's
want,
mark 2 for Cloak.
I'll take the extra one for Cloak.
Are you sure?
I
Cl-
can't.
can-
I got
Cloak can
space.
mark exhaustion, right?
the NPC could,
Oh, they have to choose to.
but
right?
they're not.
They're
Yeah.
not going to. I'll
Cloak marks
You
all
can
three.
you can definitely take on Cloak's
I'll take
emotional
But
it.
if you're
labor.
at 3, that's danger territory.
I am at 3 as well.
We're both at 3.
Okay.
That's already.
It's been a long
I'm
day.
at 1.
It's been a long
did
day of
you-
murdering.
Yeah,
It's been
did
a
you?
long word.
Well, you supplied up. No, it would have had you have to
Yeah.
stay over at the
Yeah.
workshop.
Yeah.
so
Okay.
you'll have to rest when
So
you
we
get to
did
Limbury.
5.
So if you're all
Okay.
showing up to Limbury like exhausted as hell, that kind of is cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you bring yourselves up to the 5 points you need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to roll for travel then?
Well,
Because I
not-
could roll for it, but that doesn't.
Not
I
me,
can-
Art.
I'll
My
roll.
rolls have been bad.
I've been doing okay now that
Yeah,
I've
you've been
sussed out
doing
which.
great.
So you're
dice are
rolling
working
just
okay.
with a +0 because you
Okay.
got to the number.
Ooh, that's only
no.
a 6.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Crap.
On
That
a
one's
miss,
going
you're
away.
embroiled in the middle of a dangerous situation before you arrive.
This again is part of our pattern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Pretty
rather
much
than
is our
have it-
pattern at this
I'm
point.
thinking instead of having you coming across signs of the war, what happened to that bird that ran off?
What did happen to that bird that ran off?
Whatever happened
That bird.
to the burb?
What was a raven doing in a rebel versus marquee fight? This raven had a mission as well, and you took their target on the road, and
Whoops.
you're going to be embroiled in a tense situation, in the middle of a dangerous situation before you arrive. And what happens here is, as you're walking, an arrow sinks itself into a tree right by Cloak's head.
That's not good.
And yeah, birds descend down from the trees. And there in the road is the one that got away.
This
Thank
is
you.
just like with the marquee, except now it's birds.
Thank you for the rescue, but I will be taking back our prisoner now and let you be on your way.
I can't let you do that.
And he's got like big old
Yeah.
feathered wings and being all kind of flamboyant about that.
I'm gonna go with nope.
And do we want to pick up next week?
I think
Yeah.
so.
I think so.
I think
On
that's
the
a
road
perfect
to
spot.
Limbury.
Yeah.
I've got some ideas of what's going to wait in Limbury. We'll get through this pretty quickly because, of course, there are some other loose threads in things that are not all about Jinx. So we'll see what happens if I can zero in. And of course, you're getting close to redeeming yourself maybe one day here, Trixie.
Oh, yeah.
It might happen. And
We're like the Bizarro World littlest hobo. Like we go from town to town ruining it.
Ruining
Ruining people's
everything.
lives worse.
yeah, I'm
Yep.
interested about these travel paths. They seem to end on misses more than they don't, unless you really mark off that exhaust. So we'll see. I don't.
Maybe it's a balance thing.
Yeah, I just embroiled in the middle of a dangerous situation before you arrive. All right, I mean, sure. So dangerous situation. The ravens that they're just showing up. And they're like, all right, hand over the prisoner. We'll let
There's
you be on your way.
gratitude for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
We'll resolve this.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the next and final episode of our Playthrough 1 Root. Root is currently in Kickstarter. We're playing the Quick Start Guide that was available at Gen Con, and thanks to Brendan and Mark for sending me a copy for us to play. The final version of this game might change, of course, by the time it goes to print, but the full version is also going to include a lot more factions, including the Animal Alliance, which I think Ingrid Claw would probably have been involved in rather than just this own rebel group. So it's kind of interesting. And so we will wrap up our story with our tale of our 4 vagabonds as they arrive in the in the clearance of Limbury, unless they duck out into the woods and go somewhere else. Maybe they don't. I'm Justin. I'm the GM. I'm running through this game with my players. We'll go in the opposite direction this week. On my right, your left.
Daniel Kwan playing Trixie the Lost.
Sean Howard playing Emmerich of Crosspatch the Ferret.
Julian Spillane playing Jasper the Tinker.
Natalie Wallace playing Jinx the Thief.
And we'll see you back next week right here. Until then, be good to each other. The Terrible Warriors will be back on Thursday with the final episode in our Root playthrough. If you want to get involved in the Kickstarter, there's still 26 days to go. There's a link in the episode details, and you can join in and be a part of making this game happen. Go visit the Kickstarter link in our episode details and let Magpie Games know the Terrible Warriors sent you. Follow us on Twitter at Dice Warriors, where you can find all about this game, the guests we had on this show, as well as the games we're going to be playing next. Root's not the only game
that's celebrating a Kickstarter, and in October, we're going to have 2 more to share with you, and they're going to be a real good time. Your Terrible Warriors today, and your members of the Crosspatch Gang: Sean Howard, Natalie Wallace, Julian Spillane, Daniel Kwan, and Game Master Justin Eacock. Special thanks to Magpie Games, the people who published this game, and a special shout out to Brendan Conway and Mark Diaz-Truman for sending us the rules in advance so that we could play this game for you right here. We will return to you on Thursday, the final episode in our run of the Root tabletop role-playing game, right here on the Terrible Warriors.